Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video, as always, we want to take a look at the price of Cardano, of ADA and also of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has been driving the market lately and generally is always doing it. You know, at some point, I think ADA will decouple itself, but that might be months or even years away. But we can already see attempts of ADA decoupling itself from time to time, more and more. So that is good. What I want to talk about is, first of all, the price. Also, again, thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all your comments. Please continue to do so, because that will push this content to other Cardano holders and will educate about Cardano and hopefully will help others as well. Thanks for all the likes again. Thanks for all the comments. What I also want to talk about is, if you want to learn more about what I talk about on this channel, check out the link in the description. You can find my second channel on which I teach technical analysis. Today I've published a video about the MACD, and what I also want to talk about is some exciting news. And I don't know if you've seen it already, came out yesterday. If you know the exchange FTX, then you know it's a pretty popular one. FTX, it's a crypto exchange. I think they do some other stuff as well, but they have a lot of cryptos. And what they plan to do, they plan to list Cardano and Polkadot spot trading. Well, I'm not interested in Polkadot, to be honest, but Cardano is certainly interesting, because I think Cardano is now listed on around 140 exchanges, and this just adds another popular one. So they actually focus a lot on futures and you know, things like that. So you can do like leverage trading and everything. That's not really anything that I advocate, but it's only for experienced traders. But you know, we don't know where the journey is going. It's certainly a very popular exchange, and they do a lot of advertising, so might add a few more users and demand for ADA. So that's just some good news I just wanted to share with you. I guess that is good for every ADA holder. Some good news. You might have heard about FTX before. I registered recently. Haven't used it yet because I don't do leverage trading, and I haven't really had time to look into what they offer as well. You know, anything in addition to that. But yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin first. Bitcoin has bounced off basically this 50,500 mark that we talked about yesterday. The 50,500, I've been saying for a few days, is an important one. I'm now on the daily chart, so we can't really see a lot on the daily. Only thing that we can see that we are sort of in an uptrend at the moment, which is pretty good. Actually, with closing above the 50,000, with closing above 50,000, we've in the last few days made a new local high, actually, because even though it doesn't look like we've made it through the 50,500, which is here, which is true, we haven't. You can see that we've now, for the first time in months, really closed above 50,000. Because back here, when we actually hit the 50,500, you can see that was only the upper shadow of the daily candle. I think that's quite bullish. That's good, because it looked like the market is tumbling. I mean, it's still not. You know, I really want us to see to go through the 50,500, but it's a good sign that the candle yesterday has closed above 50,000, just about 50,000. So if we zoom in a little bit, and if we take a look at where we are here, just above 50,000. Probably need to zoom in a little bit more to make it a bit clearer. I can't really, but so was it really above 50? Let's see. Yeah, just 50,000. So very exciting. And today we're going up further. For me, that's very bullish. I mean, you can have a different opinion, but for me, that's very bullish, because on the 4-hour and the hour charts, it doesn't look like that exciting, because we're still below 50,500. But as I said, on the daily, we have closed above that recent high, and that is very important. That is a bullish sign. And we're climbing towards that 50,500 level. You can see it. Maybe losing a little bit of steam here on the daily, but because the candles are getting smaller. But still, if we were to draw a trend line here, don't think, well, yeah, at least the last three candles here were sort of at the same we're sort of at the same momentum. So if I move that line here, we can see that's not slowing down on the daily. That is still all the sort of same momentum. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually speeding up a little bit at the moment, but let's see what's going on. It's good. And let's take a look at the maybe just the 4-hour chart, just to see if anything exciting is happening. I think what we can see here that we are going closer towards that 50,500 level on the 4-hour chart. We're above all the moving averages on the 4-hour chart. We have an upward trend. Doesn't look like a double, well, it could become a double top, but then we need to get down here to the 48,500, which has provided an important support before, here, and also you know, further back into the past. But it rather looks to me that we have here something like, you know, we're moving, we make higher lows, and now we're just before breaking out to the upside. That would be nice. You have the candles getting smaller. That red candle very small at the moment. Really price really consolidating. We can take a look at the hour chart. So again, here we can see, you need to zoom out a little bit on the hourly where we are here. But again, we can see one low, a higher low, another higher low. And price can't really get away anymore from that 50,500 level. We attempted a breakout already, failed. But let's be honest, there wasn't a lot of bearish rejection. The sellers weren't that strong, and you can clearly see that. There were only on the hourly here, there were only very small red candles. A lot of here on this red candle, you can see a long shadow to the downside, a long shadow to the upside. Actually shows some uncertainty, so it wasn't that strong, that rejection, and we can see we're climbing up again, and in an overall short-term upward trend, and also the long-term trend is to the upside. So it's all looking bullish for Bitcoin, and that should have a positive effect for Cardano as well. And if that continues, we will break through the 50,500. If we drop below that trend line here, we'll probably go down to 48,500. That should provide some important support. If we drop below that, we will go to 46,500 in my opinion. But for me personally, it seems more likely that we will move to the upside, because here on the hourly, we're about to make a bullish cross on the MACD, which would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. When we did that here a few days ago, no, yesterday actually, we had that jump. All right, so let's take a look at Cardano. Cardano, it dropped a bit overnight, but guys, we are still in this uptrend. This uptrend is active. We can see it. We drew that trend line here yesterday. And as long as we stay above that trend line, for me, that trend line is still active. It can be traded, or we can just use it to orient ourselves and to see where we are. That trend line, if we want that to stay valid, we must not drop anymore below this 292 level, which we can see is this purple support resistance zone. In that zone, I talked about it a few times now, we have 3 levels here for me: 292, 295 and 297. These are for me 3 important levels, and as long as we stay in that zone, for me that's bullish. Or of course we need to get above it. But you can see that trend line, the white diagonal trend line, that support line that we put onto the chart yesterday, it seems to play out. If we drop below it, I think that trend is slowing down, and we don't want that, of course. And we haven't dropped below it yet. On the daily, you can see how very nicely we use that as support level here at the moment. So it is a trend line that is respected by the price, and that's always important, because you can always connect 2 points on one chart, but if you find more than 2, that can become a valid trend line. And then obviously going forward, you can use it to orient yourselves where the price is going, and it's looking good at the moment. Small consolidation at the moment again that we've seen so many times, which I think is actually very healthy. So we are dropping a little bit and maybe gaining new steam before we go to the upside again. That's my opinion at the moment, as long as we stay above that diagonal support line. If we drop below it, it could be a longer consolidation. Then we probably drop down to, in the first instance, I think 285 and then 270. Yeah, if we drop below 270, I said that before, I think maybe we could even go down to 220 again. Now, we don't want that, but on the other hand, to be honest, buying at lower prices is always good. So I'm not worried either way, because long term, I am really bullish on Cardano. Let's take a look on the 4-hour chart. What we can see here, it's looking actually like a bull flag, another bull flag that we've seen so many times with Cardano. And we're now at this tipping point here where something just needs to happen. So something will happen, in my opinion, that is rather a move to the upside, because we've got that important 292 support level here, down here, and that diagonal support line as well. Got a few things coming together, plus the 20-day moving average on the 4-hour chart. So should really see a move to the upside from 3 basically indicators coming here together. That 292 horizontal support line, that diagonal support line, plus a 20-day moving average. All of that coming together. You mean, it's never guaranteed, but 3 things coming together, that is what I think makes me think that we move up, especially as we have that diagonal upward trend support line. And that's pretty much where we are at the moment. I think another tipping point here for Cardano. A breakout is going to happen very soon. Well, saying breakout, yeah, but a breakout out of this zone here. And something needs to happen because we can't go horizontally. There will need to be a decision. Do we continue with the trend? Do we climb up this ladder here? Or do we break to the downside to 285 in the first instance? And as always with trading, you know, if you want to do any trading, you don't do the trading before the breakout. But if you're a longer term holder, I guess it doesn't really matter. Like I do, I just buy every week at a set volume value. All right, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this Cardano journey, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.